Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video. I'm excited to talk about dyes today, straight after the dawntrail announcements at the Tokyo Fan Fest 2024 that just happened this weekend, where I stayed up until like 4 a.m. To get a lot of the videos done. We basically got this fantastic slide. I was so happy they went through dyes with us. It sounds like such a small thing, but in the bigger picture, everybody will look completely different as a result of this, and the customization to your character is paramount, I think. And most people will say how your character looks at the end of the day is the end game. Glamour is the end game, customization of your character is end game, and dyes are about to become even more interesting because they're going to bring some pieces of gear to life that ordinarily wouldn't be on the list of things you'd want to wear, and also put some things away that you probably would have to use to fulfill a role. I am of course talking about trying to make glamour sets around characters. Some things just die and some things don't. As you can see from the original on the left there's the artifact set for Paladin. There's with one dye in the middle. When we have one dye applied to this outfit, as an example, the cloak is the main piece of fabric that dies, obviously on this, and the metal gets completely left behind. We get some more fabric underneath the bottoms there, and of course towards the leg guards. But the main important material there is the metal. Now, it's been very difficult for them to get texture right in the past, and with the new texture advances and changes with the graphical update coming in the 7.0 series, the first graphical update will include some backdated armor, but mostly 7.0 stuff. They did give the Paladin armor as an example of this, which is awesome. So it would appear that the artifact sets are going to be upgraded for dawntrail, which is nice. But as you can see with the 2 dye option, everything from the helm there, the chest, and of course the fabric that we had previously will be dyeable. This is such a success in my opinion, and this is a great example because it's armor, right? We'll have some other examples of less armor like stuff in a moment, but I love the fact that they're like, hey, so we kind of want to have this dual dye channel where the second dye channel and the first dye channel, the most important parts logically that you would want to dye from that piece of outfit will be in the forefront of what we decide of what's dyeable. And I think that's a really good plan, because the way it worked previously, some armor sets I've just completely discarded because they just don't match. Matching gear to other gear is really tricky, especially when there are texture differences. And at the very least, if you can't dye one segment of it, it becomes useless. But that's a thing of the past now, as you can see with the change there. So another more striking piece of example of this would be on something that's not armor. So this is the baronial set. If you get your Island Sanctuary finished, you'll get this. Spoilers, obviously. But not only do we have the texture improvements, as you can see, we've also seen how things change. So the big thing about the baronial set that they wanted to demonstrate is, yes, the main fabric was that brown sort of felt, but the white undershirt and the white shirt in general was just not dyeable. And of course for the leggings as well, the belt was you know, brown, and then you've got the dark pants, but the pants stayed dark regardless of what color you dyed that. So it was just really the belt buckles. And as you can see with the new 2 dye preview, not much has happened for the hat. There are some changes, so some things are going to get affected more than others, but that waistcoat is amazing. They've done like a burgundy underneath fabric, and then of course they've got the black dye on the rest of the fabric. The only thing that's not changed there is the brass on the things, because that would require, you know, like the wrists, because that would actually require a 3rd channel, and that's something we'll have to ask for in the future, hopefully when Yoshi P is not in earshot for a couple of years, because I'm pretty sure this is going to take a lot of manpower, a lot of development costs to actually put together. It sounds like such a simple thing, but we always want more. We always want more. But yeah, it's really nice that the pants got included as well, so you can change that leather on the belts. And of course, you've got the fabric on the trousers on the bottoms. So yeah, like I say, I mean, everything in the game that they're planning to add this to, they haven't said if it's only going to be specific items that will be allowed to have dual dye channel. They haven't specified if there was any restrictions. So as far as we know, everything in the game should have an extra dye slot if it's dyeable, which is huge if you think about how many pieces of gear and glamour there are in the game. That's actually crazy. The only thing they have put a limitation on is the graphical update to character design. So character design and some textures on the gear and in places in the world will obviously be 7.0 first and then backdated in the future. So whilst the gear might not necessarily all be brought up to spec, they haven't said that there won't be 2 dyes on it. So it might be still the old style of gear with the old graphical choices, but at least you'll be able to dye it 2 dyes, which is really cool. A further example of this is their third slide, their final slide of this, which is the Peace Lover's attire. I'm not a massive fan of this outfit, but it does show you the difference between different texture types. It also shows one of the limitations they talk about during this segment as well, whereas you'll see the middle fabric there is a completely different type of texture, and that will not be able to be changed color because that's their choice. I don't know if it's a type of leather or some kind of felt, but it would appear that that is not dyeable by choice. That is design choice. But what you'll notice there between the 1 and the 2 dyes is that waistcoat has more segments on that can change rather than just the undershirt. Sometimes you get the jacket and not the undershirt dyed, and then in cases like this previously it was the undershirt and not the jacket. But it's nice to see that they have changed that. You can't really tell any difference with the leggings unless there's maybe a belt buckle or something that's changed. I don't see any addition from a 2 dyes, so your mileage is going to vary depending on what piece of gear you equip and where the dual dye channel actually takes you. But I think this is a pretty good confirmation that because obviously these aren't 7.0 related outfits, these have been in the game quite a while. But we should expect to see this applied retroactively quite easily, I think. But I'm really excited because, like I say, there are lots of pieces of gear that I've tried to put together to make a glamour, and you get to that jacket and you go, wow, okay, I guess I'll go with something completely different because the colors don't match with this section because for some reason it's got this on. Or you're missing an extra like black dye on something because you're trying to match 2 or 3 colors between outfit pieces, and you manage to nail one of the colors and then you're missing like some brass off there or a bit of a black coloration or a white coloration, and then you're like, there's something else that does that better but it looks worse. At least now you won't have to compromise as much. So I'm really excited. Again, small thing, probably some people in the game don't care. I think this is one of the biggest things to happen to character customization in a long while, and I cannot wait to see my character in the 7.0 graphical update as well, wearing updated re-dyed things. One of the things I do have a concern with, because somebody mentioned whilst we were watching this live in my Discord group, was how is Fashion Report going to work? So you know how you have best in slot dyes? Does that mean we have best in slot double dyes for each slot? Is this a ploy to make me go and buy more jet black dyes, Square Enix? I have no idea. Anyway, so we'll have to wait and see. There are things that are going to change gameplay wise, but pretty small ones, as you could imagine. But I'm really excited for this. Let me know if you're excited for this. If you have a outfit that just doesn't dye properly that you want to fix and you're hoping that it works better, it might be worthwhile doing all of the glamour previews of all of the sets again on my channel when this does come out, because they're gonna have completely different dye previews. Anyway, much love, enjoy the rest of your day. More FanFest videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time.